Hello, truth seekers and light bearers and light warriors and light workers and everything that is good on this earth. Merry Christmas to you all. Thank you very much for following this channel across the time that it's been running. And although we're only a few, we're a few very, very good people. And I know that from the comments and the great support that I get from you. So thank you very much for being with me this year and sharing this experience. And this year has been an experience. It has been not always a good one, but an experience all the same. Many people have called this year a shitstorm of emotions, and probably it has. It's been a roller coaster ride this year, hasn't it? It's been a year that we've never ever seen in the history of mankind, that we know anyway. I'm sure that there have been worse times. And so here we find ourselves at the end of the year, considering everything that's happened and wondering what on earth the next year is going to bring. What is 2021 going to bring? Well, first of all, look at the number sequence. 2021. I don't know if you recall, but I was talking about the number sequences that I've been seeing for a long time. This repetition of the repeated numbers, 2020, 1919, all of that. And then I started to see sequential numbers like 1920 and 2021. And it's interesting that we're moving into the year of sequential numbering. 2021. And I think it's going to be a year of dramatic change. Now we know we've come through the planetary alignment, and we're moved into the age of Aquarius, which is all about unity. It's all about unity. And you know, if there's been one thing that I've prayed for since the beginning of, or when I started to pray, the main thing I've prayed for is that we be given the inspiration, the help to unite, to become one. And that's all that we need. That is all that we need. Because when we become one of one mind, when we realize that we are one, then we can't be stopped. We can't be fooled. And what's happening now is that more and more, 2020 has been a beautiful year in which people have been forced to wake up. They've been forced to. They've been slapped across the face and told to wake up. And people have woken up. And more people continue to wake up. And I see this just even amongst my family, my immediate family. People who were like this, and now suddenly they are educating themselves about what the situation is. So what does 2021 hold for us? Change. Change more than anything else. And you know, we don't like change. We are resistant to change. And that's why people who are asleep want to stay asleep. They don't want change. As Anthony de Mello said, Jesus was killed because he preached the good news. And it wasn't because it was good. It was because it was new. We don't like newness. We don't like change. We like the status quo. But we aren't allowed that choice anymore. Change is a-coming. Change is upon us. And so we should be embracing it. We embrace change. And how do you embrace change? How? What's the secret? It's easy. All that you need to do is become enthusiastic and to become curious. When you become curious, you see, they say we've been told not to be curious. Curiosity killed the cat. Another animal story. Cats have 9 lives, it doesn't matter. Curiosity is what actually makes things happen. Curiosity is linked to creation. How do you think anything has ever been invented if it wasn't linked to curiosity? I wonder what would happen if I did this. I wonder what would happen if we tried this. And that's where we need to be. We need to be excited and curious about what's about to transpire. Now, my gut feel is that we are about to see things that we have never seen before. We are about to experience a change that we've never seen before. We are about to see revealed the very bowels of the earth. And when I say the bowels, I'm talking about the bad bits, the shit, the lower intestine, the large intestine. That's what we're about to see. It's about to be revealed. And it's going to be an unpleasant experience, but it's going to be so liberating for us. We are going to be liberated with all of this information. And not only that, we are going to find that we become more and more. We're going to be the great crowd. We are going to be the ones who have the information, who understand, and who begin to take action. And there's going to be a small amount of people who still think that we're crazy and that we're mad. Okay? But it's like, you know, the story of the man who's driving along the motorway. On the radio it says, "Be aware," he's on the M1, "Be aware, there's a driver going down the wrong side of the road on the M1." And the man says, "One driver? You've got to be joking. All of them are going the wrong way." And that's where those people are going to be. They're going to be the ones driving the wrong way through the traffic, going upstream, and they're going to call us crazy. Because they already do. But they're going to be in a minority and we're going to be the majority. That's where I see us going to. There's a great awakening upon us. There's good news. We have a positive future coming up. We've moved into the light. We've moved out of those 64,000 years of darkness, and now we're into the second part, which is moving to the light and gradually getting lighter and lighter and brighter and more wonderful, until we get to the point where we get so tired of niceness that we have to break it and damage it. But that's a long way in the future, and by then we won't want niceness anymore. And that's the cycle. This is the game. This is the game that has been created for us. It's a circle of life, that we go through darkness and we long for the light and we long for justice, and then we come into it and we start living in a paradise, and it gets gradually better and better until it gets to the point where we cannot stand it. We don't have any contrast. You see, it's all about contrast. You can't understand health unless you have experienced ill health. You can't understand good unless you've experienced bad. You can't understand hot unless you've experienced cold. So that's where we are. That's where we get to. We are in this cosmic game of where we have tremendous contrast. Badness and darkness and lies and deception and deceit. And then we have honesty and goodness and unity. But both of them become tiring. We get tired of both. Too much of a good thing. When I was a Jehovah's Witness and I used to go knocking on the doors, and we used to have the magazines, and my line was, "Wouldn't you like to live forever in paradise?" Okay. That's what the witnesses promised, living forever in paradise. And people would say very often, more often than one would think, they used to say, "No, that would be extremely boring." And they were right. Living forever in paradise would be extremely boring. And that's why we have this cycle, this never-ending cycle, where we drop in and we experience what it is that we want to experience, and then we drop back out again. And so, this is just a game. This is just a game being played out, and we are part of it. We've joined in the game, knowingly. Okay, on the other side here we go, "What? I didn't sign up for this." Yes, you did. We all signed up for it, and so now it's our job to start to enjoy it, to start to have fun with this. Okay, because no one gets out of this alive. Okay? Nobody. So it's not as serious as you might think. And if you believe in reincarnation, well, then you get to come back. You know, if it all goes tits up, we'll get to come back anyway. But my feeling is, no, it's now time for unity and righteousness. And that's where we're moving into now. So watch this space. Watch what happens over the next month or so. The changes, remember, we've moved into a new paradigm. It's a shift. And let's see what happens. Have a lovely Christmas. Have a lovely time. I'll see you soon. And don't eat too much, but make sure you stuff your face with goodies. And hug as many people as you can over the holidays. Hug as many people, particularly the elderly who don't get a chance to be hugged very often. Hug them. Hug them with all of your might. See you later.